Vanessa and Francis are coming up to the front to hang out with me. I wanted to start with introducing everybody to our newest marketing director. This is Mariah. You probably have all seen her about. She's been with us pretty much since the first, I think you started on the 4th, right? So she's been with us since the beginning of the transition, but I wanted to take this opportunity to officially introduce her to everybody. So Mariah, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello. First and foremost, I'm sorry I'm soft-spoken, so I will practice being louder. But I'm Mariah. I came from Rancho Mirage Terrace Senior Living. I was there for about 2 years. Prior to that, I was in the golf industry. And now I'm here, making new friends. Thank you.
Well, hello everybody. How is everybody today? Good, wonderful. So we are going to start out with some administration updates, if you will. So there is an updated handbook that was reformulated by Oakmont. I am going to be sending it out as an attachment via an email that'll go out. It'll probably go out early next week once I get the send-outable version. So we will have copies available at the front desk for those who do not want it in a digital form. So those will be able to get picked up sometime next week. So we'll stay tuned for an update on that. It got brought to my attention that everybody's mailbox got emptied all at once on the same day, which I find to be unique and unusual. So I would say please don't take things out. I've also given that directive to anybody who stuffs the mailboxes. Don't arbitrarily take someone's mail out because maybe they're away or something like that, but it is a little bit abnormal for every single mailbox to be empty at the same time. Wow. I thought it was a unique experience as well. I want to address the lobby. Yes, we know that it's not ideal. And we are working on solutions, whether it be swapping out furniture and things like that. So it's certainly, just because nothing's changed in there doesn't mean it is off our radar screen. It's still something that we're working with the design firm to swap out more appropriately sized pieces for the lobby. You may have also noticed that the CC's terrace and the CC's pool area has new furniture. Sometime next week, to my understanding, the rest of it will be here and it won't be as mismatched as it is, for lack of a better way to put it. So you'll see that as well. And then all the teak tables will go away and whatnot. So that is still pending from the lobby refresh. The Poppy Lounge, that is my understanding of what this, aka Old W Lounge, is going to be called. I had some conversations with Chef Jorge, his youngest daughter is graduating from college, so he has family in town this week. That's why he's not here with us, but he'll be back on Sunday. We're still trying to figure out how to use that room more purposefully. We've thrown around different ideas with having kind of happy hour, light bites, and maybe wine and beer in there. So they're working on a plan for what that area is going to be used for. But I wanted to just keep everybody in the information loop. The bench is back in the front. The bench won't move again, so I'm glad we got that back for everybody on Friday. The phone system. So the number, that's 760-346-5420, is the number that is associated. When you Google search us, it may not have those numbers, but that's the line it rings to because we use different numbers. So Google will have a number, Yelp will have a number, our direct mail has a different number, and it's a way for us to track how people are searching us out. But all those numbers funnel to this number. Well, Nestor's been working with JC, our phone tech, a couple weeks ago. Metel arbitrarily decided to unassociate that line with us. Nobody can really tell me why, and at this point, I'm just fix it, please. The why is less relevant to me at this point. We finally got to where we're about 3 to 4 days out of this line being reassociated with our community. We were able to band-aid the problem a couple weeks ago where landlines could call that number and it would ring through, but cell phones couldn't, which in this world, most people use a cell phone. So it was a very small band-aid, but we're hoping by, I'm gonna say Wednesday of next week, because Monday's a holiday, that this part of the problem will be resolved. We still are awaiting the implementation of the new phone system. That's something, again, kind of like the lobby furniture. We may not have an exact date, but we are actively working. It's on everybody's radar screen to get this new system implemented so that we have functioning phone lines, functioning voicemail, and all the fun things that would make us all very, very happy. Any questions with the above topics, or any questions that you may think be something that I could answer within kind of the administration umbrella?
This number rings the front desk?
Yeah, so this number and then the 760-340-7710 are the main numbers into the front desk. Yes, Mr. Haber?
They've been repurposing things around here a lot.
Yes.
There was a table on the west side of the dining room out at the front.
Yes.
Where we've always had a place to sign up for outings, get menus, and now they took that out. For some reason, it's hard to imagine. And now I know we have to dig to find those things, and that ought to be put back there.
Okay, I can talk with the parties that moved in and get the why on it. We want to kind of clear up the front of the dining room so there's not so many books and binders and pieces of paper, but if we need it back because it serves the community better, then we'll reevaluate that situation and see if that's something that for our community, this works better for us. So I'll bring that topic up.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I'm going to hand it over to Shane from our culinary department.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So, I would like to start by thanking you all for your patience and understanding that we are progressing. We have quite a few candidates going through the process right now for the server position. So, hopefully that will be resolved in the next couple of weeks. But then there's the training, developing, engaging, and all that implies. As you see right now, the people that are working for us are very dedicated, very hardworking, and their attitude is in the right place. They're eager for help as well. We have to be very grateful to Juana in housekeeping and other departments that come and support us. So it's very exciting in our department right now. Jorge, the chef, is really has some great ideas and some really great things are coming. I've heard a lot of compliments. I've seen a lot of improvements through both Ivy and through his implementations. I understand his vision and I support it 100%. And I'm really excited to go forward and get to where we should be with that department. We will be the best department here at the Carlotta for sure. And maybe throughout the country. So Mother's Day was a tremendous hit. I think the food was outstanding. The three components of a successful dining service or culinary department are quality food, quality service, and then getting the ambiance, whatever it might be, correct. You can't rely only on one or the other. It has to be the three. And I think we nailed it on Mother's Day. And I'm very proud of our team in doing so. One thing that I need to clarify is that I know from experience, as we get better at these events, more family members will be invited to them, so reservations will become even more important. We've had every single table booked for Mother's Day, and I would hate to have you arrive with your family, or even just with your guest, or yourself, and I had given your table to somebody else. I've been in situations where you do that, and you have people waiting in the front who are very unhappy, and sometimes you have guests at the table that just won't get up, and it causes a lot of chaos and a lot of unnecessary whatever. So, what I would ask of you, and I'll say it very clearly, there are some holidays, such as Mother's Day, probably Father's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, those big holidays that we will require reservations. So please remember to make a reservation if you plan on attending. Of course, we would never say no, we cannot serve you, but we would probably have to make you wait until we have tables again and we're ready to go forward with that. There were a lot of people who showed up without a reservation for whatever reason, and that's okay, we accommodated everybody. I mean, a lot of $20 tips here, $20 tips there. But yeah, we really need those reservations. Now, I know the table was taken away. However, we are now going to do all the reservations for the big events that require reservation through the front desk. So all you have to do, oh, Thanksgiving's coming up. Let's get our reservation in. They'll know the menu, they'll know the time slots, they'll have everything there. If they can't accommodate your exact need, you can contact me or Chef, and we'll see what we can do to make sure that you have a good reservation. Monday is a holiday, it's Memorial Day, and we are having a brunch for that. Should be a lot of fun, hot dogs, hamburgers, ribs, he's got everything you can think of on the menu. And it does not require a reservation. I don't think everybody's going to invite their family here for this Memorial Day, but if it's really good this year, you might decide next year. They do grow. I watched them grow. And so they're more expensive, by the way, also, the special ones. This Mother's Day was $36 per guest. And if you're going to have guests, you'll need to pay that at the front desk. Oh, they'll need to pay that at the front desk, or we will charge you at the table. We're not going to embarrass your guests or you. We kind of tried that by saying, well, do you have tickets for you? And that puts you in a very uncomfortable situation. So what we would just do is default, they would be charged to your account. And it wouldn't be your meal plan account. It would be in-kind, is that what it's called? So, with that said, I know things are going really good, but I know we still have our, shortages of staff is what it is. And we're working very hard to make that, correct that. Also, I can guarantee you, once we get them in here, yes, Oakmont has a great training program already, and I've done this for years, so the combination of their program with my leadership and Chef's leadership, we'll get them in there, get them trained. They won't put their fingers in your water or serve them in first. Well, sometimes I even serve them in first, right? Smoke. Anyway, any questions for me?
Where's the Memorial Day event going to take place?
In the main dining room if you're an IL resident, or in the inn if you're an AL resident. Yes, doctor.
Well, I know, historically, I don't know whether you realize that even since the pandemic, when we've had non-sign-up events like Memorial Day, we've had 4, 5, 6 tables here in order to accommodate everybody.
Is Memorial Day buffet or table service?
Buffet. Which is more fun, right? Buffet is much more fun. It would be nice if we could do it outside, but when it's 107 degrees, it's kind of hot to make hamburgers out there. Yes, Karen?
Sunday, I noticed, at least for me, with the warming trays on that island, that's pretty high for people to open the lid and put it down. And I noticed also when you're trying to put the serving utensil in, you're not quite sure what you're getting because it's so high.
So I did not make the decision to move that over there. I know that Chef is very enthusiastic about that. I will say that those lids aren't really supposed to be open and closed per person. They're supposed to be closed until the line begins and people are serving, and then they're supposed to remain open until it dies down again. We want to keep it quality, we want to keep it warm, and we want to keep it fresh, and that's what those lids do. But you should not have to go there, lift it up and scoop. So that, I don't know how much higher that tile is than the other surface that I used on Mother's Day, but everybody told me that that was really nice over there. So I do know his heart is into serving the buffets from there. So if that helps at all, and I'll let him know your comments on that. Yes, Virginia.
I didn't know anything that we hadn't signed in on Mother's Day. I don't know where that was even made available, number one. Now, you talked about something on Memorial. Do you mean on the holiday of Monday, of which it naturally goes? Or that it's going to be a brunch, so it's like in the middle of the day?
Correct. So let me clarify all those things. When we did the Mother's Day, there was a little confusion because we had taken the table away when we would put the sign-up book out and when we got it out. We've moved forward from that. The table's not there anymore, so we've moved the reservations for major holidays to the front desk.
Okay.
Memorial Day, so far, is not a major holiday where we're needing reservations. So it'll be a brunch. You can come. It's a buffet. And we're going to have a lot of fun and serve you from there.
Number two, last night we were at a big table, but lately the temperature gets even colder as the evening comes, and it's got to be addressed because it's very uncomfortable to have cold people blowing on you at night.
I have an answer for that.
Okay.
There is one of the air conditioners that is down. It's in the front of the building. And we adjusted the other air conditioners to compensate that because it was getting very warm in the dining room in the afternoon before anybody even came in there. However, whoever's in charge at the time needs to be able to adjust the air accordingly. It's a simple movement of the thermal temperature, and so we will be conscientious of that.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Yes, doctor.
Would you clarify how the guests pay again?
Yes. So, if you're going to have guests, we do not want to embarrass you or your guests because a lot of us would like to bring our family members here and pay for it ourselves. I certainly would if I were, but there's other people that might be bringing friends or whatever and they don't want to pay for them. So the people that don't go on your account need to pay for their own. They'll be given a ticket, they'll bring it in, they'll give it to the server. As soon as we get that ticket, we will know that they've paid already. The ticket will go back to the front desk, and then they'll rectify the accounts at the end of the
Do
day.
they pay with cash or credit? Or
Right now, in the future, they'll be able to pay with credit card. Right now, it's check or cash. If the cash, give it to me. I live in Palm Springs, and it's really expensive. Any other comments, complaints, concerns, questions, compliments?
Will the, like Memorial Day buffet, it will start like the normal buffet?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock?
Until we're done. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So please come, wear your red, white, and blue.
Is that Monday or Sunday? Monday.
Sunday. Yes, Judy?
It's Monday.
Memorial Day brunch is Monday. Did I say Sunday? I was thinking about church. I'm reading at church this Sunday.
Thank you. I'm so glad we have new microphones. You actually almost overwhelm us with the volume. Number one, I've been told by a server that we are not able to order a half entree. Why is that?
That is incorrect, and I need to work in clarifying that with them. One thing that I know as well as you do, that a huge plate full of food can be disappetizing to certain people. To other people, that's what they want. Where's William? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and so they should be able, you should say, may I please have a small portion or half. I always, when you tell me that, I always accommodate it. It takes a little bit extra thought to get that to go through because they get into a, serve it, go out. But yes, you are able to order a half portion. If you ever have a question that a server might have answered you incorrectly, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'll be happy to clarify that with you. And if you have any feedback, good or bad, on service or food, don't hesitate to let me and Jorge know. We want to make sure that we're hearing you and that we're acting on it.
Shane over here?
Yes.
Could there be the occasional macadamia nut cookie on the menu?
Oh,
Yes.
you got good taste. I don't know if the food cost is going to go up through the roof and then the rents will go up on the street. Yes, we can do an occasional macadamia. Chef wants to give you some over-the-top wonderful things that, yes, we can work that in.
That would be lovely. Thank you. And I promise I'll take it down.
Okay. Well, I think I'm out of time, everybody. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
What does he have?
Ms. Vanessa, I'll trade
Oh.
place. I don't know.
Good morning, good morning. First, let's thank the powers that be for these great mics. I know me and the drama club are very appreciative. Thank you, Molly Bowie. We love this. So, we love this. Okay, activity updates. We have our new resident welcome tomorrow. We're welcoming about 10 new, I was going to say faces, but I know where that joke gets me. 10 new residents to our community. We're super excited. So come on down and meet your new neighbors. We also have a bunch of, on Saturdays in June, we have a lot of cool things that were added to our programming, like virtual reality, cool headphone sets, things of that nature. So I'll be holding classes in here to kind of show you all the new gadgets and gizmos we have, so that should be exciting. As far as Life Loop goes, we are keeping Life Loop. As you notice, we have a couple of TVs in the community showing all the information. So I encourage you, because I know some of you have looked at it daily and others were kind of waiting to see if we were going to keep it or not. So if you want lessons on what is Life Loop, how do we use Life Loop, please see me, because I would really like everyone engaged in utilizing that tool. And I know we're working on getting the in-house channel. That's just a matter of some paperwork, so that's being done there. So that's really exciting. As far as June goes, we have a lot of fun things planned. Of course, we have Father's Day. We have a drive-in movie social. We have some virtual reality experiences, a couple of outings, an outing to Palm Springs Power baseball game. So that'll be some couple of things coming your way. We are also, I'm working on doing more flyers and having flyers, like a flyer for all the outings with the information, all the special events, and we're going to be putting them in one place. So you could just look and you'll have kind of like a glimpse, a little snapshot of the month of the highlighted events. So that'll be fun. And anything else? Mrs. Johnson?
Singing fountains, maybe now we call it Ivy fountains.
Yes, that is something that I'm looking into.
Good, thank you.
Yes, I understand that is something that the residents, that you would all love, is to bring back our choir. Once we get that situated, maybe we'll have a contest about renaming them. So we're no longer the singing fountains. Maybe we'll do something else. So yeah, that is on my radar. Mrs. Wolf?
Will you be doing more Life Loop classes?
The question is if I'm going to be doing more Life Loop classes. Yes. Now that we know that it's staying, I will add it to the calendar. I'll have a specific date where I can go over how to download the app, how to use the app, how to look at the app. I know a lot of residents count on it to look to see the current events that's going on today. Anything else? Mrs. Kentner?
Is there going to be a newsletter again?
Yes.
And question number 2 is the calendar. Were they able to make the font larger?
The question was, are we gonna get a newsletter? Yes, we are. The newsletter is a 1-page, 8.5 by 11, so it will be separate from the calendar. So that's good, because now you don't have to be flipping the calendar and the newsletter over. You have two separate papers on that. And the second question was about the calendar. So about the font size. So we ordered magnifying glasses for everyone. No, just kidding. The calendar is what the calendar is. That's going to be displayed. It's blown up. That's why I'm encouraging everyone to get on LifeLoop, because you'll be able to see it. You'll have it at the palm of your hand. It's real time, and it's bigger print. And you can plan your day according to that. We're going to add more flyers. We have the TVs around the community. We have the daily flyers around the community. So that's another way of getting information out. Mrs. Johnson.
The old calendar font was bigger, and it's the same size. So instead of that huge heading, perhaps they could use some smaller heading and more space, as Cheryl said, for the font.
So the question was maybe adjusting the font and the header size. So I'll do my best to do it. Right. But we're adding more programs. So I'm going to keep you double busy, hopefully. Like I said, I'll refer it to LifeLoop is the key. The daily sheets, the flyers will all be out there for you. Mrs. Lum?
You know, when you go look at the posters for the movies, nothing's listed, and the one is so high and I'm tall. Granted, I can't see, but maybe there could be some change where they could be brought lower so everybody could see it.
Yes, there is a new movie display that I will be doing, and it'll actually be inside the theater in a nice frame, and it'll be eye level. I'll have to take somebody else's eye level because mine is still kind of low, so something you all can read. All right, well, thank you. Oh, Mrs. Dorr.
How often is the newsletter going to come out?
The newsletter I'm putting out is like our old Thrive, so it's a monthly. So it'll come out at the first of the month with your calendar. Now I know Molly is doing something of a weekly letter, whatever that title will be, and that'll resume on coming out weekly.
So Vanessa's newsletter replaces the Thrive, comes out monthly. I will be able to go live next Friday with the weekly letter, and we're going to keep weekly letter because I think it's a good title for it, which will have the departments, kind of the 1-page letter that will go out to family and to our residents, primarily via email. Those of you who don't have email, don't want it digitally, will have copies available as well.
Okay, my last question, Ms. Adair.
Can LifeLoop be updated daily so that changes or cancellations would be known by us?
Yes. I will make sure to go in there as soon as I know there's a change. So say next week we had something planned and I know it's going to be changed, I'll put it in today. Mr. Haber?
You used to have birthdays as a list on the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
You started putting them around in different places.
Uh-huh.
People used to have last names. I think it would be well to repurpose back to using a list with people's first and last name.
So the question is the birthday list.
Yes.
The birthday list. So this is my answer. Due to HIPAA reasons, we cannot print a last name. So all these years I've been breaking the rules. So I apologize for that. That's my ignorance, I suppose. So what I'm going to do, because the calendar, as you see, already has it's going to be smaller font and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do is what you see in the elevators is I'm going to create a birthday list like that. I'm going to post it in the common areas. I'm going to leave a few up front for those who want to pick it up. But the names will no longer be on the calendar anymore because I don't want to take up space. And they will not be on a box. There'll be a separate list that you can pick up. If you would like to know the birthdays, they'll also be in common areas. And unfortunately, my hands are tied. It will say, Vanessa M, July 31st. And that is it. So you'll just have to, unless your name is Barbara, there's not a lot of other double names around here. So that's the way it is moving forward. Mrs. Dorr?
Is it possible to put a apartment number or some conceded number instead of since we can't use a last name?
I'm gonna say no, but I will double check to confirm. If I'm allowed to put that, then I will be more than happy to put that. But if I'm not allowed, unfortunately, like I said, it's just gonna say Vanessa M and the date. So I do apologize for that. All right. Oh, Mrs. Foreman.
We have an updated associate list.
Oh, Francis, so the question was an updated associate list, and Francis is working on that. So once she finalizes that, we will move on. Okay, Molly and Shakib had to step out. They have at 11 o'clock. I'll hand it over to Nestor, and then if there's no more questions, it was real fun spending this morning with you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Nestor.
It looks like I just have questions on here, but before I say that, want to let the residents know on the 500 casitas, they'll be doing some planting tomorrow on those empty spaces. Blue Gavi and I already walked the area. We decided which ones we're keeping, and some of them might be capped, so some spaces where it wasn't needed. We're gonna be starting to do air filter, the air conditioning replacements. That's gonna be in the second week of June. So we'll be knocking on your doors to take care of that for you. So that's coming. I'm just waiting on a big order for air conditioning filters. So hopefully I get them all by then, and we'll get started with no delay. Another thing. Work orders, I know it's easy to stop the guys on the hallways and let them know, please take care of this for me. And they're really nice and they do it, but I need to keep track of their time. So if you could please just call it in and put a work order for them, we'll really appreciate it. And give Jason and James a chance. I know a lot of you like Manny, we all like Manny. We like to request Manny all the time, but Jason and James are great too. Edward's great too. So just give an opportunity to take care of your work order, and then if it's something that you're not comfortable with, just let me know and we'll arrange something with Manny. Okay. Other than that, is there any questions, maintenance related?
Do you know yet what weekend in June they'll do the palm trees?
That's usually the first weeks of June. I'll confirm with the contractor and just to make sure. Yeah.
Any window washing schedule?
So now we're still waiting on trying to find a contractor for that. The previous contractor does no longer want to work with us, so I have some homework to do.
I have some kind of a creature that appeared in my place last night, and I tried to get to it, but it got away from me. It's a great big bug.
Okay, yeah, just the best thing to do is call it into the front desk and we'll take care of it. What room number again?
231.
Just step on it.
I put in a couple of work orders to get rid of the orange umbrella in the 600 courtyard. 2 or 3 different requests. I look right out at it, and there's a blue one right beside it that's beautiful. Is there any way we can just get rid of it?
Yeah, my understanding is that we're waiting on some umbrellas for the pool area to replace the one blue one there, and then the blue one will move over to.
Can we just get rid of it for now? We don't need it.
We can, definitely, we can. I mean,
Thank you.
it's not being used. Sure.
Put it in the dining room.
Anybody else? What?
The 600 casitas, our retention pond, it really looks bad. And they put some rocks there, but that area over towards 631 is totally washed.
Yeah, they're not done with that project. We just had to, I had to move them over to the planting of the 5 because I didn't want the plant to get too hot and then the plants will not do very well. But they're gonna continue to add more rock on that side. Yeah, that's still in the works. Ms. White?
The Belva Dickinson room is not very bright where it should be over the tables. And is there a way to just put more heavy wattage up there, or is there any solution?
Yes, my plan is to do something like I did in the main lobby where we did some recessed lighting, so it's not inside the can. So it'll give you a lot more lighting. So yeah, that's on my works. I have to do that in all the common areas, but that's coming. Yeah. Right. Anybody else? We're good. Have a great day.
Well, thank you, and we'll see you next month, fourth Wednesday at the same time. And if you're in the drama group, please stay because we're gonna have a rehearsal. Enjoy your day.
Later.